Wow, a lot went down this past week in the world of Genshin. Welcome to This Week in Genshin. I'm your boy Tectone, and let's get started. So, what happened last week in the community? Recently, in a set of new regulations introduced by the Chinese government, among a lot of sweeping cultural reforms in the country, there was one regarding gaming and the amount of time people under 18 are allowed to spend playing. There was already a limit in place, but they have dropped it all the way down to 3 hours a week, with only a 1 hour a day on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. This evidently can have a huge impact on Genshin Impact, especially as the majority of the free-to-play Primogems are from the daily commissions, which this new law would make impossible except for 3 days. Now, theoretically, this only accounts for a very small portion of the Chinese player base, especially since rumors around the internet say that, people commonly get around it through various means. However, this could still be enough to make miHoYo reconsider the current daily commission Plaza resin system, because most people wouldn't be able to, play daily except for 3 days a week. What do you think? Will miHoYo revamp daily commissions to a weekly system and increase resin cap, or is this overblown and nothing will change? Let me know in the comments. Secondly, this is breaking news, and I'm kind of glad I didn't release this episode on Monday, because this is pretty huge. miHoYo is suing BiliBili, aka Chinese YouTube, in order to get information from leakers. This is not a problem miHoYo has with BiliBili, or that BiliBili doesn't want to give this data to miHoYo. Rather, BiliBili cannot legally release this information to its users, unless they are required by law, aka a lawsuit. This is all a move in order to get the personal information of 11 different leakers, basically a legal loophole in order to access this information. This will most likely not change anything for the Chinese Genshin live streams that happen on BiliBili. Rather, this might improve their relationship, as this will get miHoYo to stop bugging BiliBili for the information of these leakers. In terms of if you are a leaker yourself, I wouldn't worry too much if you are in the United States or don't use BiliBili. Majestic's case for copyright has shown that YouTube would side with the creator in the case of leaks. This is most likely just a case of miHoYo trying to scare leakers away, exactly like it happened with Majestic, except this time it'll have real monetary and legal repercussions for the leakers in BiliBili. If you truly want to play it safe, delete your leaks and accounts, but I do not think it'll be the end of the world. For every leaker you squash, 3 others will come out. Here's the more sad and angering community news portion that I kind of feel personally obligated to talk about, because I am Latino myself. In fact, I am Argentinian, just like the person in question. Recently, Atsu, or Asian Guy Stream, made a video called Racism in the Genshin Impact Community, where he shows the quite honestly abhorrent comments from the Kylorren LOL, an Argentinian Genshin Impact creator, following Tenha's posting on his video about how I accidentally made the best kaching on YouTube. I'm just gonna let the clip play out itself, because it has to be shown, for context's sakes, just in case, people say that I'm not showing the full context.
Los asiáticos son así. Pues sí, la verdad que sí, porque yo trabajo para chinos, amigos, y son lo peor. O sea, para mí las peores personas del mundo, sin que me perdonen de verdad, porque no todos son iguales, pero trabajar con chinos es lo peor del mundo. Video. Le puso la gorra el chinito, sí, es un hijo de puta, mándaselo, ese marrano se lo merece totalmente. Es más, me provoca hasta mañana esperar que se conecte y enviarle unos 100 bits y decirle, ¿qué rayos te pasa a ti, chino de mierda?
Evidently, these comments are quite evidently awful and not acceptable in our community. I'm actually going to be speaking in Spanish from now on, and I'll put subtitles in order to have a one-on-one with my fellow Latinos. Hola, me llamo Luca y soy argentino, igual que Kylo. Quiero empezar hablando sobre algunos comentarios que vi en YouTube, Twitter, etc., que escuché diciendo que lo que dice Kylo le falta su contexto. Primero, no le falta contexto, porque todo lo que pasa antes, que sí falta en el clip, es que Kylo habla sobre cómo Tenha no le dejó hacer una reaction a su video. Pero incluso si le faltara contexto, no hay ningún contexto, excepto uno de completa ironía, en el que estos comentarios son aceptables. Decir, para mí las peores personas del mundo son los chinos, no es algo aceptable. Si alguna vez te enojaste o te molestó que alguien de Estados Unidos llamó a todos los latinos mexicanos, imagina lo que se siente no solo que te llamen chino, aunque seas de Corea, pero que también te digan que justo después de que te dijeron eso, que sos una de las peores personas del mundo, porque venís de algún lugar que es geográficamente cerca de otro lugar. De vez en cuando hay que tener un poco de empatía y amor por el prójimo. Y no, esto no es un caso de diferencia de culturas, porque Sí, los argentinos usamos y nos llamamos por nuestras apariencias físicas, chino, flaco, cuatro ojos, etc. Pero hay una diferencia entre llamar a alguien por su apariencia física y decir que todas las personas que son de esa apariencia física son las peores personas del mundo. Unos son apodos, a alguien que conoces en persona, otro es una clara expresión de odio a un grupo de personas. Y para terminar, quiero decir algo que escuché cuando era más chico y siempre me acuerdo cuando veo que otras personas no hacen algo o minimizan casos de odio como estos. Lo voy a decir en inglés porque lo sé de memoria en inglés. Being tolerant to intolerance makes you as bad as the intolerant because you enable it to occur. Phew, that was a bit of an intense session. Finally, to wrap it up as a nice palate cleanser, Baal, the most popular character ever in Genshin Impact, has also been one of the most controversial characters ever in Genshin Impact. Currently, there is a lot of discourse in the North American Genshin community regarding if Baal is underpowered or just right, but I believe the most important discussion and what I want to highlight on this video is this discussion around Baal's lack of synergy with Beidou, how powerful Baal's constellations are, and what that means for Genshin. Beidou was said to work perfectly fine with Baal in the beta tests, and this was a shadow patched before Baal came into the live servers. Baal's constellations give her a damage and utility boost much larger than previous characters' constellations. This sets a bad picture in my opinion for where we're going with the game. Yes, we are no longer power creeping previous characters, and each character is finding a niche to fill, but these new characters are severely less powerful in comparison to the previous characters. For free-to-play and light spenders, constellations are pretty much impossible to get unless you save for a really long time or get super lucky. So having to unlock a 60% defense shred for Baal at C2 in order for her to do damage similar to the previous Archons doesn't look good for the future of free-to-play and low spenders. We're luckily getting reruns, and we are yet to get the reruns for the most broken characters in the game, Ganyu, Hu Tao, and Xiao, so if you're a meta player, you still have the chance to secure a real nice character. But that still does not diminish the worrisome attitude towards the new characters. What do you guys think? Am I overreacting, or does Baal set a bad precedent for the future? Does she need a buff or not? In my opinion, she doesn't really need one because she's an Archon and she is pretty powerful. Her energy recharge brings, you know, a lot of new things to her team, and she can charge anyone regardless of their element. It's kind of insane in my opinion. But if the future characters are equally as underwhelming at C0, there might be a necessity for, you know, tweaking and doing a couple of buffs here and there. However, the likelihood of Baal getting buffed is the complete opposite of the likelihood that you will subscribe after I tell you that only 15% of you are subscribed. Subscribe and like if you enjoy the video. It's free, you can always take it back. So, what is going away this week? There's only one little thing. It's the Hyakunin Ikki event is going away Monday 13th, 4 AM EST. I know I say this at least once every update, it's kind of funny at this point, but this is my new favorite event. Testing out characters I don't have, but I really want, just like Ganyu and Xiao, was an absolute blast and only made me double down on my emo boy. Please, rerun for Xiao comes soon, because I need another DPS and he's so cool. So, what is coming this week? The only thing coming this week is actually the Lunar Realm event on Friday 10th, 10 AM EST. This will be our very first fishing related event, and we're going to be getting primos like always, but also a new really fancy fishing rod. So if you like to show off to your friends, this one's a keeper. For this week's featured Genshin video, we have a new Tectone classic in my opinion, called Baal Makes Me Feel Special, which describes all of our collective feelings towards Baal.
That's my girl. That is my girl. Oh my god, she's beautiful, dude. All right. Well, now I need 6 more. Wonderful!
Thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you for sticking by. I've nailed down my streaming schedule to Friday 10 AM EST and Sunday 5 PM EST. I will accommodate for both EU peeps that can only watch in the morning streams and NA peeps that I can only watch in the afternoon. Thank you for, you know, watching, especially because this situation with Kylorren LOL hit especially close to home because he's Argentinian just like me, and I've always felt iffy about our language and how we Argentinians refer to each other in terms of how, you know, we are moving towards a more inclusive society. So I've always felt kind of iffy on that, and, you know, being called, while I was younger, being called fat and cuatro ojos and all of those things to try to demean me it always stuck to me, and seeing this happen so blatantly to a content creator that I personally really like. I love Tenha. It kind of broke my heart to see it come from, you know, my people, quote unquote. You know, someone that comes from my own country that I'm personally quite proud of being from. So yeah, thank you for sticking by. I appreciate it. With all of that said, Papa bless, all love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.